Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Today we're going to work on how to make a bow. There's many different methods of bow making, and I do have another video on how to make a bow. So this is just a second option on how to do it in case you wanted to do this. This will be the bow that I'm going to be using in the next project on the blog, which is the Valentine tree. But you can certainly make this at any time of year and use it on many, many different projects. So let's jump right in. You only need a couple things. Ribbon. It's got to be wired though. That's the one thing with the ribbon. It has to be wired. I bought this on clearance after Christmas. And you need about a 6-inch piece of floral wire and your scissors. And that is it. So the first thing you need to decide is how big you want your bow pieces to be, the loop part. This is going on something that's really not very big, so I don't want it very big. And if you bring this to where it's cut, that shows you where the center is. So that's probably about right for me. I don't think I want it any bigger or smaller than that. So the easiest way to work with this ribbon is to take it and throw it on the floor. Okay, so this is like one of the easiest bows ever. I have taught so many people that tell me they aren't crafty and they can't make bows to do this. It's really super easy. So here we go. Okay, right now we have two, let's call it layers, 1, 2. And the more layers you go, the fuller your bow is going to be. I'm going to say don't do any less than 14. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think I have enough ribbon to do a couple more. 15, 16, 17. Okay. 17 is what I was told when I learned how to do it, but there's really no magic number. It's just, like I said, any less than 14, it isn't full enough. So what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of evening up my ribbon, hitting it against that thing, against the board I'm working on. So you need to find center is the next step. And again, do it by taking and folding in half. And center then is going to be down here in the middle of the crimped part. So I just crimped it because it is wired, so it'll show me my space. Now, word of warning here. Don't use your good scissors. These are industrial garage scissors. I don't really care so much about them. You are going to be cutting through the wired ribbon, and it really is not good for most scissors. So just so you know, this is the scissors that I use for this kind of stuff. Do not use your good fabric scissors on wired ribbon. Okay, so we're going to be cutting, here's the center width wise from side to side there. We want to cut close to it, but not into it. So this is probably the hardest part of the whole thing, is cutting this little cut right here. So like I said, you want to be close to the center but not into it. So there's that side. And you're going to flip it around. Same thing on the other side, to go close to the center but not into it. So this is what it looks like when you're done. You have a cut on both sides and a little solid piece in the middle. Then you're going to take your floral wire and wrap it around there and through the notches that you just made in the ribbon, and then give it a little tight pull and a twist. I like to see it make kind of a little pucker there, but you're not going to get a lot because it's cut. Okay, so now to actually make the ribbon, I'm going to start with my inside piece, which is the tail. I don't want that, it's going to the back. After that, the next piece, pull it forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, and back. And then on the other side, the same thing. First, this little piece that's laying on top is the cut piece from the beginning. I'm not going to use it, I'm just going to pull it into the back. And then, starting in the center, and it really doesn't matter if you start on the center or the outside, it turns out the same. So, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, and forward. And let me find my little pieces of wire that are here. And then I'm going to, oh, that little bugger popped out, the piece I didn't want. Then I'm going to just go through it and open these up. You see how I'm doing that? I'm just taking my fingers and opening up the loops so that they're big and full and pretty. I kind of like these to have a loop in the center, so I kind of make it happen. I pull one of those forward into a loop in the center. If you don't want to do that, if you're hot gluing something into the center of your ribbon, you're not going to do that. You're just going to go ahead and you'll see there's an opening in the center, and you can just go ahead and glue to it. And there you go. All shaped and pretty. Now you might notice it doesn't have a tail. This kind doesn't. The tail is a separate step, so hold on while I grab what's left of the ribbon off the floor. Okay, live video is so much fun. When I went to grab my ribbon off the floor, I unplugged my microphone and my camera, so it went suddenly dead. But it was a good spot. It looked like it should have gone dead there. So anyway, let's get back to adding this tail in. Okay, if you've been crafting with me for any length of time, you know I always finish off the tails on my ribbons. So this one's already done, but I'm going to show you how to do it. You want to start with an even edge. Fold it in half lengthwise and make sure that you've got your 4 different pieces there lined up evenly. And then you're just going to cut a little notch in the end. And when you open it up, you have your pretty little V's. So now I'm going to take my bow that was already done, and I found my little wire parts and I have them laying open. And I'm going to find center of my tail, which is about there. And I'm going to put it right over my wire. Hope you can see that. And then just pull the wire, twist, and then you have the tail to the bow. If you wanted to make the tail kind of round and curly, which I do on a lot of my projects, the way you do that, I guess since I'm doing a second video, I have a little more time. I'm just going to use a glue stick. So you have it attached to whatever you're going to attach it to, and then I take something round, like the glue stick that's in my hand, and you just roll it to the top. Then you got to pull this glue stick straight down and see how it leaves the curl. Then you want to reach for the inside piece of that curl and pull it down, and there you go. Now you have a curled tail on your ribbon. So I hope you can all see that. Alrighty, go forth and craft.